Hello everybody, it's Richard Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another awesome day. We're going to talk about some of the cool things coming to Pulsechain, and we're also going to have a bonus mention of TYZZ coming to BNB from a Pulsechain developer. So that's coming up, folks. Let's get into it though. Let's say hello to a few people. Obviously, we're going to go through all the markets as usual. How are you today? Very good, Lies Beneath. Hope you're doing well as well. We got Lies says Hex Pulse Hex incentive for the win, 100%. We are backing that golden combination. And of course, the accumulation phase continues for those tokens. We got Brendan in the house, our TA guru, morning suit man and family. Hey, Brendan, hope you're doing well. Hope everybody enjoyed the Pulsechain conference. Matty Allen and his team set up. A big shout out to him for another successful big conference. And yeah, lots of different people on there. All your favorites, no doubt. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. 4 days of full-on content. I'm going to go back and watch some of the project updates. You know, it's kind of my thing. I like that. So kind of cool. Nice to see a lot of ladies as well, which is a really cool part of the Pulsechain Hex community. It's how many lady influencers we have got out there. Very, very cool. Let's see. I think that's it. Let's get straight into it, folks. We're going to get into the stock market. Good news around stock market, so let's do that. Bam. All right. So stock market, NASDAQ shrugs off hot inflation data to clinch record close. How about that? Can't hold a good thing back. And so look at the numbers here. The Dow Jones up 0.32%. Let's say 0.3%, 126 points, 39,558. Remember, the Dow Jones top 30 industrials in there. S&P 500 is up almost 0.5%, 25 points to 5,246. The NASDAQ with all the tech companies in it is up 0.75%, 123 points to 16,511. And of course, as the title says, NASDAQ there clinching off a record close. How about that? So let's look at the max. Shall we? Look at the max chart here and see what that looks like for the NASDAQ. Look at that, all-time high. Look at that thing. Oh my goodness, isn't that great? That is the all-time high. Some pretty crazy stuff going on there. All right, the rally continues. Now, we did get the inflation data. We got the PPI, at least. CPI is coming up next. Now, the PPI surprised to the upside. So this is kind of the wholesale prices. And, of course, typically feed into the CPI, the retail prices at some stage. We got US producer prices grew by faster than anticipated rate of 0.5% on a monthly basis in April, due mainly to elevated costs of services and goods. In a sign of lingering inflation pressures early in the second quarter. It was a quicker pace than the increase of 0.3% economists had predicted, and up from a downwardly revised month-on-month contraction of 0.1% in March. In the 12 months through to April, the producer price index for final demand moved up by 2.2% as expected, the largest uptick since a jump of 2.3% in April. An updated mark for the previous month was also revised lower to 1.8%. The PPI data is still above the threshold we see as convincing evidence that inflation is moving in the right direction, said Morgan Stanley. The more closely watched consumer price index is due Wednesday, and these readings come after inflation remained largely sticky through the first quarter, dashing expectations of early interest rate cuts this year. A string of Reserve federal officials have warned in recent weeks that the central bank was in no hurry to begin cutting rates and needed more confidence that inflation was moving back towards its 2% annual target. Finally, Fed Chairman Powell backs current levels of rates in the wake of growing concerns about inflation. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell continued to downplay the need to push rates higher, saying the current level of rates were restrictive and working to curb inflation. So at least that's something. Right, there were a couple of Fed members that would want talking about raising rates, so we don't want that. I don't think it's likely that the next move will be a rate hike, says Powell. and of course, it's more likely we will be holding the policy rate where it is to curb inflation. So that's probably the good news. At least we're not going up. We're moving sideways, right? All right, so that is it on the stock market. Let's jump over to crypto. So stock market was green, but unfortunately, crypto is red today. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, $61,631, down 2%. Bitcoin dominance almost 53%. We did have a couple of green days, but hey, it's gone at the moment. Ethereum there at 2,885, so back down under 3,000, down 2% at the moment, and everything else is pretty much down for the most part. There are a few green shoots there, as you can see, particularly Pepe, the meme coin there, holding up. So everything's down quite a few. I mean, BNB's down 4%, Solana's down 3.3%, ADA's down 1.6%, XRP's down the lowest, actually, only just under 1%, which is not too bad. But a real standout here is Pepe up 7%, 4 zeros 11 on the old Pepe coin. But the other meme coins are down to almost 2%, 1 to 2% there for Dodge and SHIB. That's kind of the play on that. Let's zoom in a bit closer to Bitcoin and see where we are with the 50-day moving average. Well, this yellow line, of course, is the 50-day. Has curved down a little bit here. It's currently at 63,231, and we were sort of the last 2 days sort of getting back to there, but we have just chilled off. So we are 6 minutes into a brand new candle. So this red candle is the candle we just finished, and we had a low of 61,000. We're currently 61,639, so slightly higher than that. Let's see how we go. See how we go there. And of course, we know based on previous halvings that we do get a couple of months of volatility before we get that hyper rally, right? The bull market that we're all expecting, where we really get that full on next move. And of course, some of the target prices of 150 to 180, 240, and beyond. So we'll see how we go. So that is kind of the play there at the moment. And we're only, how many days since the Bitcoin halving? Well, let's have a look here. We're about 24 days, maybe 25 days since the Bitcoin halving. So still probably got another month at least of potential volatility there. Let's have a look at the ETFs themselves. Now, obviously, we had pretty good inflows, or net inflows, as we like to say. So we've got the outflows and inflows here and are broken down even by the ETFs. You can see that we kind of had the big inflows all the way through to about the 12th of March, and then it started to chill. After that. Obviously, we had GBDC as well, outgoings. And you can see it's really low at the moment. I mean, you can see here at the moment, really low. However, 13th of May, we did have a positive. Looks like around 60 million or something net positive there. And mostly made up of BIBT and FBTC from the looks of it. So, yeah, that's just a bit of a lull. Now, we've got to remember this is one, obviously a very important one, but just one of the demand drivers of Bitcoin. And of course, the latest one to add to the demand side. So far, that is where we're at on that. So it's just a bit of a chill at the moment, waiting for that little reprieve. We've got Ethereum at the moment is currently, let's see what yesterday, we had a red day. Let's look at the 50-day moving average, which is currently at $3,128. It's still over 3,000. And the 200-day is at 2,793. We're getting a bit of convergence here. We don't really want that cross. That's normally going to be a bearish cross. So that's hopefully we can hold on to that. We are getting closer to the ETF approvals, which we're not expecting to be approved. So that is only 8 days away on the 23rd of May. Probably get pushed out to July, something like that. What else we got here? We've got the prices yesterday. We got a low of 2,858, which only just finished like 6 minutes ago or so. So that's the low, 2,858, and we're currently at 2,885, so just above that at the moment. Yesterday's high was 2,988, so couldn't get over 3,000, and certainly not getting back up to that 50-day moving average, 3,128 at the moment, even leading into that ETF approval. So hopefully we'll follow Bitcoin's lead, maybe another month or so from now. Then we can start that next rally up to the upsides. But we might have a little bit of let's see what happens with this 50 and 200-day moving average on the way. That's pretty much Ethereum. That leads us into Pulsechain, day 368. Before we get to that, though, let's welcome a few other people into the chat. Hope everyone is doing fine and dandy. Let's see here. Brennan says another successful conference. Yeah, another one there. Well done, eh? All the influencers made it there. We got Tin Top in the house there. What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you, Tin Top. Welcome to the chat. And, of course, Andrew Reynolds. Morning all. Hope you're doing well also. And Wookie says, Wookie is what handy Wookie again today. Let's hope he doesn't get a sudden enlightenment. Man, Wookie has been doing so many cool things around the house. He is becoming the ultra dad or something like that, Wookie. Andrew Reynolds says, who likes AI jokes, says Andrew. I don't know, lay them down. Let's see. Brian's in house there. Sup, folks? Good to see you, Brian. Hope you're doing well. He's our community leader. Always does a great job. And not just community leader, but also game master, Fortnite game master. If you've seen him play, he's like, I don't know, he should be playing tournaments. He's so damn good. All right, let's get back into it. Pulsechain results as we lead into talk about some of the cool things coming to Pulsechain. So day 368, we got the price there at quadruple 0575, down 4.4% at the moment. We're just at 58% of the mean sacrifice price. Pulsex at the moment is at quadruple 0239, down 6.77%. So we've still got this weakness in the play. Obviously, we've got the markets generally going down. So we're just following that down too. What else here? We've got the buy and burn. It just cares more about volume. And of course, there it is, 850. What is it? 850. Just let's say 855 billion rounded up there. So 4.21% of all Pulsex has been bought and burned. So Gomberger. Incentive tokens at the moment down 8.537%. The ratio is still holding a very important level. 50,000 Pulse. So it's 50,181. So that's kind of cool. Staying stubbornly in the zone for consolidating, trying not to go down. At the moment, we've got the total supply at 31,685,000 incentive tokens. And remember, if you're new to Pulse X, that is from the V1 farm. They are emitted from those farm LP positions there. Hex at the moment, PHEX at 80, just under 8500th of a penny, down 4.5%. And EHEX at the moment, 1800th of a penny. That's slightly up from yesterday. Wow, it did have a little pump, I noticed, a little baby pump. So it's at 1800. We got 1700 yesterday, so 1800 now. It's a baby pump. But hey, look, the combined price of EHEX and PHEX at 1.02 cents. So really holding on to that 1 cent combined price is Hex. So doing pretty well. It is the second worst performer today, is it? So second best performer today, because Pulse was only down 4.43%. So that is pretty much it on that for day 368. Let's jump to the charts quickly on the weekly. And we're taking the weekly because we're just taking a longer view now. We're just waiting patiently. Remember, we've kind of got support here at 5,300. That's our support line on the horizontal. And currently we're at quadruple 0575 at the moment. Just above that. So that's kind of the support line. You can see the kind of all these levels here. So yeah, after breaking down that beautiful upward channel. So unfortunately, didn't hold that. And 5,300 is the next support line. We've touched it already 2 weeks ago or so. So that's kind of it. And the RSI is pretty low, 35. Not fully oversold, but certainly down there. And yeah, that's kind of the mark at the moment. So 53, maybe we hit that again, bounce from there. That'd be pretty nice. All right, so that is Pulse. Pulse X as well. Finally broken down on the weekly. Our beautiful angular support there. Unfortunately, I mean, it's previously we had closed above it, and we're definitely down below there at the moment. Not a close yet though, but it looks like we're going to close down there, doesn't it? Now our support line here is at a 22.50, and we're currently at 2,400. So there we go. We've got a little bit of support here back in November. That's kind of the play on the horizontal. Wouldn't really want to break down that too much. Probably the next support area would be 1,700. So let's hope we hold on to that 250. However, if you're in the buying mode, if you're in the accumulation, the cheaper the better, right? That's kind of the play, especially the way we're going at the moment. So accumulation is still in play. RSI pretty chill as well at 38. Pulsex, so incentive token, man, this thing is looking really good. Out of all of them, it is looking so fine. Look at that, beautiful. These are weeks, by the way. No, sorry, these are weeks here, and holding up pretty well. Like I say, 45,000 is kind of the minimum support line, and then assuming you don't break down, and then of course 50,000 is a pretty bullish line. We're currently at 50,188, so holding on to that for the time being. The RSI is turning a little bit here, 56. So we'll see how we go, but so far so good on the incentive token. Hex at the moment is, what do we got there? 8,500th of a penny. Definitely accumulation zone here on the weekly as well. And of course, just waiting for these breakouts, right? These little green breakouts. So just accumulating. waiting for that. And of course, the RSI is actually the best, or at least it's the highest out of all of them, 41 there at the moment on PX. EHEX as well. Yeah, did have a little pump yesterday. That's yesterday's candle. This is on the daily, not the weekly like the other charts we just looked at, but this is on the daily. And we did have a nice little pump in yesterday's chart. You can see that we've just opened up at 1800th of a penny. Let's go to the weekly just like we did at the other charts. That is the weekly there at the moment. So definitely in a nice accumulation zone as well. Plenty of upside to the BankX fall, 7/10 of a penny. So there we go. And same thing on the combined price of EHEX and PX here on investex.io, just over 1 cent, holding really nicely. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. And of course, just waiting for that 3 cent breakout once it's up and away, right? That is pretty much it. Let's go to the gas prices. Have a quick look at those. Oh, quite high today on Pulsechain, 684,000 beats. Not in the millions though, but it's probably about 3 times as the sort of run of the mill. Although we have had higher gas prices recently, I've noticed. So, but yeah, still doing pretty well. Maybe 200,000 is kind of the baseline. We're at 1 cent for a Pulsex swap. 800th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer and 3/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Ethereum has been absolutely low lately, 3-4 Gwei. So if you've been getting your Hex miners out on Ethereum, man, you'll be very happy about this. The price may not be so high, but the Gwei at least is not high as well, because otherwise you get that squeeze, right? Cost and price squeeze. At least you got super low cost at the moment. You can get them out very cheap. Now, in Pulsechain, our Pulsechain Discord, we have a useful links, and at the very top is a calculator on gas prices with the S-load function for Hex, and you can plug in the Gwei that's at the time. You used to have to plug in like 40, 50, 60 plus Gwei, and people were complaining obviously about huge costs. But at the moment, 3-4 Gwei, you can get that at the moment. And of course, way low, dramatically low, like a few dollars maybe. I don't know. It's pretty damn low. So check out that calculator. Some useful links on our Discord, links in the video description. Join up today. So there we are. That is pretty much it. 1 cent for a Pulse coin for a Pulsex swap at the moment, up to $4.11 for a Uniswap transfer at the moment. So there we go, or swap, we should say. So that is pretty much it on that. Let's go to the bridge and see how much money we got. We have dropped. So we dropped down here. We're at 107.4 million. We're down about 600,000 from yesterday. The only thing about this list is we do have EHEX though, but EHEX is up slightly. So there we go. I think you can see the DAI is down a little bit there, 34 million. So just a little bit of shaving off some of these stable coins on the looks of it there. All right, so we're going to be starting day 369 very shortly. 369, dude. That's where we're going to be. All right, let's jump over to some of the other charts here. We've got the derivatives, so we're going to look at Maximus and Alex McFurter's Okoza Hedron. And we can see at the moment on Ethereum, only Okoza is doing well, up 14%. Base on Pulsechain from Maximus is up 1% at the moment. So that's kind of we are very small liquidity on the base there, only 1,000. And what I'm going to have to go check and see what the renewal was for base, but that's kind of at the moment. What's the best one here? I've added these all in, so you guys know I said I was going to do it. I finally got around to doing it. We've got the Decky, the Lucky, the Trio. We've got all those in there. I've got a few more to add for the Maximus, but that is the main Hex staking pools. So there we go. The worst performer today is Hedron on Ethereum. Funnily enough, because Okoza's up 14%, Hedron's down 10% on Ethereum. So there we go. How are these looking actually on Ethereum? Let's have a quick look at the chart. Yeah, just bottom line there. It's not just bottom line. Waiting for Hex to do something probably. That's probably accumulate. So we're talking about accumulation for the Richard Hart tokens, but also, I mean, you could accumulate these derivatives as well, right? So there we go. Let's have a look at the Koza one, see how that looks, even though that's up today. Yeah, it's a little bit better, isn't it? A little bit healthier there. Up a bit today at 8.5 cents there. All right. Let's see what else. We're going to have that iBurn, right? iBurn was coming out. I haven't looked. Probably need to follow up on that on the old iBurn. Let us know in the chat there if you've seen any content on that. Let's jump over to the stable coins. Yep, let's look at those. Everything pretty much PDAI. Let's look at PDAI. PDAI at the moment, 49/100th of a penny, so that's definitely down 11.5% there. That's the worst performer today. And Coast, they're still at 83 cents there, pretty flat at the moment. Other than that, the stable coins are just all slightly below peg, funnily enough. or not at $1. So I guess when things get a bit more bullish, those will get probably maybe they'll get a bit stronger there. But they're all under peg at the moment. You'd think actually they'd be over peg, but there we go. All right. Maybe people buying lots of good stuff out there. Maybe that's what's happening there. Let's jump over to influencer coins. So here we got Solid X at the moment, $85, up 5%. Axis Alive is up 4.6%. So they're the two movers today. Now, yesterday, of course, BitBoy, Ben Armstrong was on day 4 of the Pulsechain conference. And of course, that had a big rally, and of course, predicted here on the channel the day before. So you would have made some mad gains and sick gains because it was back down here, right? So that's when we were talking about it right in here, and pow, 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 pow. So you would have made some mad gains. What time was it? It was about that time. So you would have made 100%. How about that? 112% if you held on to it. Although you probably would have got a bit dumpy by the time you saw the sell-off here, but did do a double top there. Still up quite a bit though, 0005 at the moment, so still doing pretty well on the old bro token there from Ben Armstrong. That's it. Let's go look at all the coins. Let's go look at all the coins, see the best performers and overall numbers of Pulsechain. 25 million. So it's on the lower range, right? 25 to 35 mil for a weekday. So 25 million there. 355,000 transactions. That's kind of doing pretty well actually. Typically anything over 300 is pretty good. So yep, doing the minimum today is the old Pulsechain on a down day overall. Let's look at the best performers. Well, obviously we've got lots of new coins popping up there. We've got this funny one here, AMC on Pulse. Haven't really checked out that. We've got BBC Blackberry here up 900,000%. There's only 1,400k liquidity. We're always getting a couple of new tokens. Remember, none of this is endorsement. We're just going through what's the list, rich list here. Kitty here at the moment, Roaring Kitty, by 49,000% as well, 14k liquidity. What else there? Ivana Pump a lot. Pump a lot there. Something related to Trump, isn't it? So there we are, 1,500%. Very small play there. And Moomoo as well. So we're getting lots of these new tokens just jumping on there. So it really is a mini meme season. Should we call it that? Mini meme season. GameStop as well. So GameStop was rated, what was it, to Ethereum? We couldn't actually get stuff off, so they launched it on Pulsechain. So that's up 199% today. I think we did cover it yesterday. Orange Man Goods, man, we're really getting the Trump brand is really starting to hit Pulsechain here. We got 59,000, up 68% on Orange Man Goods. Gifford Wear, which people do like, so Gifford Wear up 41% at the moment. P-Gift there. What else there? Peach, Freedom of Peach there up 16%. So those are some of the leaders today. Those are all everything over 10% pretty much. And then we've got a lot of the others below that, of course. All the influencer coins that we just mentioned earlier. UFO there, standing up there. UFO related to Alien and PDDC. That's up 3% at the moment. Those are all the green ones today. So that's pretty much the leaderboard for the old Pulsechain, which is going to lead us into the ecosystem at the moment. And we're going to talk a little bit about the cool things coming up. Before we do that, though, let's welcome a few other people in the chat. We've got Anita in the house. Hey, Anita, welcome. Good to see you. I like your little, is that one of those, what is it, those, I've just forgotten the name of the little diamond things from, I've just forgotten the guy's name. Damn it. We got Brennan says, bromance, a bit like Wookie and I. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. It is true, actually. That's true. Plumber, Staker Boy, Gat, Fuller, Electrician. Is this all the jobs that you've done at home? Plumber, Skater Boy, Gat Filler, Electrician, Mechanic, Neck Minute, Athlete. Wookie is spinning around. All right. Hey, that sounds awesome, Wookie. Well done, mate. The man, the myth, and the legend. It's definitely from another galaxy. Wookie is starting to think about going back to work for a rest. That's a nice one, Wookie. You're supposed to be going to flame into, what's it, the Cook Islands or something? Cook Islands. RH Black Diamond, thank you so much, Anita. I appreciate that. I just plumb forgot the name. It's embarrassing, I know, but sometimes it happens. My inflammation in my eyes have improved, so I am looking forward to my sight improvement and catching up some more on live streams. Oh, that's great to hear, Anita. Very, very good. All right, let's get into it. We're going to get into the ecosystem. So this is the latest ecosystem from Pulse Wallet. So one of 3 different people that do ecosystem maps. You can find all 3 in our Discord under Pulsechain projects. We've got all the graphics there, and you got the sources of them too. But this is there's over 200 projects on this particular map from Pulse wallets, and you can see it's pretty cool. And a lot of these are up and running at the moment. So yeah, very fun. You can see we've got charity coins, market information, gaming, on off ramps. We got tokens. Obviously, we got endless amount of tokens being launched on Pulsechain. Wallets, of course, Pulse Wallet, MetaMask, Rabby. Now, I really enjoying Rabby. If you haven't used Rabby, really enjoying that. Internet money as well. Obviously, dedicated Pulsechain wallet, Pulse Wallet as well. So, and they also do multi-chain, but you know they're basically their what do you call it? Their principal one is Pulsechain, Pulse Wallet, Internet money. Tons of memes, of course. Tons of memes. I noticed that on tokens, we've got Texan token up there, which is the first endowment token on Pulsechain, on our blockchain altogether. So, you know, it's pretty funny. Hex info, we've got Hex info, obviously tons of great information sites. Of course, we use quite a lot of them on this channel. Pulse coin list. They're not on this list, actually. Not only on this. GoPulse, not on this list either. Hex Scout, yeah, Hex Scout. We're probably going to do some more coverage of Hex Scout for Hex stakers and Hex miners. So we'll be covering that. Exchanges, very important, of course, a real key part of the ecosystem. Look at them all here. We got PortalX, PulseX, PHux, Petius, Kari, 9inch, Pulse Swap, Richard Swap, what's it, Big Coin Tree, Easy Swap, CryptoLink, and Tix top there. And we got many others. There's others that are not on that list. We got plenty of tools, of course, on the old Pulsechain. We got cross-chain solutions as well. Metaverse. I will be posting this in the Pulsechain so you can have a look at it in detail. If you want to check it out, I'll be updating this particular one. But we have got 3 different Pulsechain ecosystem maps in there. DeFi galore, right? Hex.com, Pulsechain, Hedron, Maximus. We just went through a lot of those. Liquid Loans, Acosa. There's so many good ones on there. Power City, of course, Famous. 9mm, BankX. We're scratched on. We got Pool Party, Decentralized X, and so on. So really cool. TYRH. So we're going to talk about that because that's one of the things I want to talk about. TYRH, of course, is Jacob's ecosystem. We're going to talk about that. That is really leading innovation, not on Pulsechain, but in DeFi across the world. So we love to talk about Jacob's ecosystem, really breaking some new territory there. We've got obviously NFT galores. We've got 7 active NFT marketplaces. So plenty of stuff to do there and plenty of projects launching as well. So kind of cool. In fact, I need to do another dedicated NFT show. I think that's going to happen. We've got to get onto that. Yeah, and we're going to cover a lot of stuff. I haven't done. I was the only influencer, as you guys know, in the Pulsechain Hex community that did cover the NFTs when they first launched, including marketplaces and NFT collections. And of course, we did some live streams with some of the founders, stuff like that. It was early Wild West territory at the time. Of course, a lot of good stuff came out of it, but also there's always a couple of rug teams, right? So when you get in early on stuff, it can be pretty risky. But now it's pretty mature, I think, and this will continue to mature on Pulsechain, this NFT ecosystem. So that's looking pretty good. So what do we got there? We got some cool information sites. We've got cool exchanges. We've got cool DeFi and cool NFT stuff. We've got on-ramps and off-ramps. They're still growing. So obviously Coast is going to come back, and we're expecting Liquid Loans to possibly enter that space with a big strategic partner coming up in the future. We've got Pulse LN at the top here. Obviously, if you haven't used that, it's really amazing. Bitcoin Lightning Network and many other chains as well. The Pulsechain direct on-ramp, off-ramp. So that's really cool. If you haven't checked out Pulse LN, definitely worth checking out. Always, whenever you use these deals, whether it's a DEX or an on-ramp, always check to see that you're getting a good rate. That's the only thing I would say about any DEX or on-ramp, off-ramp. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, we're talking about that. Gaming is going to blow up. So gaming is going to get bigger and bigger on Pulsechain. It's one of the areas of real growth on Pulsechain. And Jacob is leading that in big time. So we've got PulsePot, of course, and Jacob's also got TYRH. But he's also got going to be launching TYCZ, and we're going to get into that because that's coming up as well. And there could be some incredible linkages between TRH and TYCZ. We're going to see what happens in that space. We've got massive updates. So Archie, one of our moderators in the Discord, he is a expert on Jacob's ecosystem. And of course, we're big fans here because he is breaking ground. That's what you want. You want people with the top innovators trying to make that next killer app, right? Whether it's GameFi or DeFi, you want to get those developers out. Now, TYCZ is launching tomorrow. So it's going to be huge. It's going to have a rebrand. It's insane. It's sick. And the gameonomics for this is going to be insane. So it's going to be called Mafia. And it is a game, unbelievable game. And I just think it's going to be absolutely so super popular. It really is crazy. Now it's launching on BNB, but there probably will be back linkages into possibly TYRH. I mean, this is my speculation here. TYRH back on Pulsechain. So remember, Jacob is a Pulsechain developer, and he's been pretty explicit about that. But BNB is kind of like the sister the sister in the family, and of course reaching new markets. So kind of being pretty cool. Now, obviously, the TYCZ coming up here. We had the sacrifice. It closed, and of course, there's going to be 800 million tokens in supply of the TYCZ. Hashtag is now called Mafia, as far as we know. So there we go. We've got tons of updates in the Discord. If you haven't checked them out and you love GameFi and you want to be on one of the biggest things, definitely worth checking out. Now, it's going to be on BNB, but there will probably be some linkages over to Pulsechain as well. So definitely worth checking out. We did see a bit of a pump as well, sort of a bit of a pump in the chart today. Sorry, in a pump in the TYRH chart today. So that definitely happened. In fact, I was going to bring that up. Let me bring that up because that was something I was going to talk about. So let me just bring that over. Jacob GameFi. See, I've set that up. So at the moment, you can see out of the green ones, TYRH there is a pump today. And I think the other one is that if you can get maybe some of those NFT OG NFTs of TYRH could really be good too. Get them while you can, of course, on TYRH. But let's look at the chart here today. This is the daily, and you can see a pump in the chart today on this news. So if you haven't gone in, you want to read the whole list of news, get into our Discord. It's going to be launching on BNB, but it looks sick. It looks amazing. So good. I was like mind blown. And thanks to Archie for posting all that intel. Archie is absolutely amazing with that. But yeah, there's some really, really cool stuff there. Jacob says that this launch is going to be multi-day as well. It's not just going to be launching the token. But yeah, BNB Pulse Mafia update. And of course, it's going to be fun. This will be a different kind of launch, says Jacob. And of course, I think that's going to be pretty fun. So let me just jump back to the lobby here. This is the sacrifice now. Obviously, 800 million tokens. So this is some of the highlights. I'm just going through some of the highlights here as well. So Jacob says this will be a different kind of launch. We will stage everything. Now, I know many of you that watch this channel probably participated in TYCZ, so it's probably pretty relevant to a lot of you. And you're probably excited about this big sacrifice launch coming up tomorrow. And it's going to be a phased launch. So it's going to be fun to see that. We will be staging everything so that speculation and marketing has time to set in, says Jacob. Plus trust that we have a plan that we are going to do. So they've got a special rollout plan, and it's going to be exciting to see. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. Obviously a rebrand. Looks like it's going to be in place as well. So I'm excited about that. So it could be a rebrand there on both chains, but TYRH and TYCZ. Obviously TYCZ on BNB. A new dawn, says Jacob, is beginning a new beginning. So it's going to be pretty fun. Looks like all the socials are probably going to be combined as well. So that's looking fun there. What else we got there? Yeah, there's going to be a two-stage launch as well. So probably with that with TYRH coming a bit later. TYRH and TYCZ are no longer. And of course, it looks like they will be Mafia. So BNB Mafia, maybe PLS Mafia. And of course, Mafia is going to be this massive DeFi game. It's going to be absolutely lit. And of course, I'm excited about it because I think it was really clever. The whole idea is very clever. Someone mentioned the TYZ Telegram that the smart play would be to buy as much TRA as possible. Now, obviously, that's up to you whether you're going to do that or not. But that's why we're seeing a bit of a pump in the chart today on this news, because people are getting pretty bullish, and it's still early, still super early, right? So very excited about that. Now, let me just go through a couple of these other little insights here. Now, the Mafia game or DeFi game is going to basically be, you can do passively. You can just, if you've just got the tokens, you can just sit back passively and not get involved in the game itself, and just hold for speculation on the rest of the people playing the game. But then you can play the game. But here's the kicker. is that whatever you play with, whatever wallet you play with, you could be, basically it's a mafia game. So you could be killed, let's put it that way. And if you get killed, everything in your wallet can be handed over under certain scenarios, handed over to the people that kill you. So there's going to be mafia families, going to be mafia bosses. It's going to be a whole ton of things you could possibly think of there. That's going to be very important in the game. So definitely if you want to get into the next level on this, it's going to be pretty cool. We're going to be covering it in full on this channel. So you'll hear a lot more about it as more details come from Jacob. But one of the most interesting, it's going to have a lot of cool things. So I can't wait to see the different families get created. So people will be able to join together, create families. There'll be obviously lots of treacherous things like backstabbing, the killing of other accounts, the family partnerships. You can have family partnerships, the wars, the mob profiles. So it's going to be really, really scaled. This will be a peer-to-peer DeFi as you have never experienced before. So Jacob always brings us new stuff. And of course, breaking the boundaries of where DeFi can go, peer-to-peer, which is a big part of the secret sauce there. One of the most interesting features is that wallets can kill each other, but watch out. If you kill a family member, you might end up dead yourself. So pretty sinister. When you kill your wallet, another wallet, you get all their tokens, assets, and NFTs, and so on. You will own the casinos. Who will own the casinos? Says Jacob, so it's going to have casinos on there. Who will own the bullet factories? People, obviously, if they're going to, be in a mafia thing and take out other crime syndicates, you're going to need bullets. So there's going to be bullet factories and things like that. And if there's bullets and you see the price of bullets, going to be another token. So it'll have its own price and probably. And then if you see people buying bullets, there could be maybe a big hit job on at the time. Who will own the markets? Who will own the gun store? And will you be able to defend them? So it's going to be a lot of fun there, a lot of GameFi, ranking up your account by committing crimes, killing other users, or other 100 other game features. It's going to be just tons and tons of game features, so many options that you'll have. Casinos, big questions, whether there will be Pulse Pot, Pulse Predict, and BNB Pot. There'll be Drug Wars, was more focused on trading booze drugs. You can do the same here to earn cash. There'll be different ways to earn cash. Now, some of the pictures on this are absolutely legit. You're definitely going to get into our Discord, links in the video description if you want to check it out. So they've got some crazy good looking art characters that you can become, up to 1,200 unique available ones. I'm very, very excited about it. The leading family, of course, is going to be pretty neat. So that's going to be cool. So I'm going to leave it there. But if you want to find out more details, there is a whole list of information in our Pulsechain token there for Mafia game coming to BNB. Probably have some association TYRH, and that's getting renamed as well. Obviously, we don't know. We're waiting for more information on that. That's going to be on Pulsechain. So it's going to be a lot of fun moving ahead here. Very excited about that. Now, just before I finish up, I just want to talk about this one bit here. So this is the leading family in this game will have access to the main BNB vault. Unbelievable. All token tax will be converted to BNB and saved in the Mafia bank vault. But families have to fight for their right to access it. Everyone's going to be after that. Are you able to fight your way to glory, rally your faithful members, or go to war against your competitors and dominate the world? Make it out with the load truck of BNB. And we're talking about potentially, I think it was potentially something like $1 million plus. And of course, with all the other earnings, and that could be insane. So this is going to be highly sought after, folks. There is tons more details in the Pulsechain token chat. You don't want to miss out on Jacob's ecosystem. He is our #1 innovative DeFi dev on Pulsechain. And of course, he has also got some associated projects on BNB, including BNB Pot, and of course, coming up, Mafia, aka TYZZ. So it's going to be a lot of fun there. Get into it. It's going to be absolutely epic. I know people are going to jump onto that. Yesterday, of course, we covered Pulse Predict, which is another Jacob's project. That's currently on as well at the moment. So people are able to earn Predict tokens. Now, Predict's not launching for another something like 43 days, 42 days, something like that. So you got plenty of time to earn tokens on there, Predict, before it launches. And of course, that's associated with TYRH. So this is going to be massive. Jacob's system is really starting to roll out, gain momentum, and you guys can be a big part of it. So definitely check it out and get involved. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And being in early is always very important, right? Let's see what else here. We're going to jump over to that. So we've got that coming. Obviously, a lot of the cool things we've got coming is we've got AI projects coming, as I mentioned yesterday. So there's going to be a couple of those, at least 2 of those And so that's going to be huge. One of them from Batias, of course. They had a big sacrifice for that, so that's coming up. So we're excited for that. So yeah, as we get more cool projects, we're going to be talking about those as they come in. So we're going to get probably a deeper dive into some of these games and DeFi options coming to Pulsechain and associated BNB. All right, kind of cool. Let's get into Hex. Hex at the moment is currently 14th of May. We've got the payout there, 7.373. Huge payout today. Massive payout today. Amazing. And of course, the share rate at the moment. Let's have a look at that. No share rate. I think I passed it by. Let's jump over to the T-shares. T-shares up 2,500. Sitting at 1,192,000 T-shares at the moment on the old Ethereum chain. Let's have a look at the penalties today. Massive penalties, almost 5 million. 50% goes to the payout for the miners. So we're at 67.8 million Hex penalties or Hex rewards today. Liquid holders down 3, miners down 8. We're sitting at 117,875 miners on the Ethereum chain. As you guys know, Pulsechain always comes out a bit later, but we do have yesterday's number, which we didn't read out. And yeah, so that is sitting at 7.067. So actually a really good day for payouts on Pulsechain yesterday, despite the price being down 3.5%. T-shares were up, down 7,600. So we're sitting at 9,447,000 T-shares on the old Pulsechain. Let's go over to the penalties, 3 million penalties, 66.7 million in a reward pool. And of course, the growth there, 55 liquid holders, down 12 miners, 123,942 miners on the old Pulsechain. Of course, this is 1 day behind. We haven't got today's results out. Probably be out in the next half an hour or so. So that is Hex, hex.com. Links in the video description. Check it out. Start mining Hex today on Ethereum or Pulsechain. All right, that is pretty much it on today's stuff. So we're going to be covering more of these cool projects and get deeper into them as they come due. So you'll be seeing a lot of that content over the week ahead. Let's see here. Let's jump into those comments here. Yeah, it says Superman is the best. Really enjoyed the Pulse conference. It was great. Did you participate, Superman? No, I did not. I kind of was procrastinating about it. A bit like Randy, but Randy managed to get on the show. But then I got my X account suspended. Probably because I said something that was true and they don't like it. So there we go. This is the way it goes. What else we got there? Pulsechain says, what do the OG NFTs do for TRH? Well, they're the ones I'd probably get hold of. There's only a few cheap ones left on the marketplace, so definitely worth probably picking up. So speculating there. Who will be the Godfather, says Brennan? Well, I think I saw on the Telegram that Jacob's name had Godfather next to it. So I'm not sure whether that's a permanent role or whether if you become the ruling family, then you one of your members becomes a Godfather. I'm not sure, but I did see Godfather next to Jacob's name. What else there? Let's see here. Brennan, yeah, there might in the game Mafia game there might be skateboard drive-bys. There might be. That could be Wookie. We might need a police detective to go hunt them down, Brennan. That would probably be you. No one suspects a Wookiee on the skateboard. That's true, especially with some of your outfits that you wear. That Wookiee wears. Let's see here. We got Dustin in the house there, just now getting here. Hey, Dustin, hope you're doing well. Is there a website for the Mafia game? Now, we'll be covering it full over the days ahead, and we may even have better news than that coming up in our coverage of Mafia. So we'll be covering it in full, getting into details there. I'll probably, I don't know what Archie's doing, but we may get Archie on as well. We'll sit there and have a chat about all this stuff, and maybe we'll have our own Mafia crew playing that game. So that could be something that could be really fun. All right, but tomorrow will be launch of the token, so we'll be covering it tomorrow in depth. Brendan says, I won't be working for the boys in blue. I'll be Scarface, says Brendan. Yeah, I knew you got a badass. Brendan's a bit of a badass, that's why. All right, kind of cool. That is it. We're going to have, so that was a bit of a teaser, but we're going to have a lot of details coming to TYCC, which is going to be Mafia, and of course, Pulsechain connections as well. We'll cover those connections, so it's going to be fun. Archie's in the house there, comes in at the end. Hi all. Hey Archie, good to see you. Like I say, Archie's posted a whole ton of updates around the Mafia. It's going to be big. I think people think it's going to go pretty kind of viral. So we'll be watching that. We'll see what other influencers will be covering it as well. It's going to be fun to see. Dustin Wilson says, did you say PulseBot links to that game somehow? That they all might have linkages, Dustin. This is the thing. So this is still stuff to come rolling out. We're still not completely clear on the picture, but there could be links between all these things. So we'll keep an eye out for that. So if we do find more information, we'll let you know. Archipelago says, I am Sicario in the Telegram group. Yeah. Well, leave my Mexican family alone. Leave my Mexican family. All right, I've seen that TV series. Is it a TV series or a movie? A movie there. The ending's kind of pretty drawn. I understand. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, so I think we're going to leave it there before I get in trouble here. All right, 45 minutes on the hour. See you guys in Discord. Once again, Archie has posted all the Telegram little questions and answers there. There's so much intel there on the Mafia game. You definitely want to be front running that. And if we're involved in TYCZ, the launch is about to happen tomorrow, the airdrop for the token. So you'll be able to get it in your wallet, import the token, all lots of stuff on BNB chain, of course. And as the information comes in, we'll let you know, and we'll be trying to get some exclusive content as well. Maybe not exclusive, but early. Let's say early content. How about that? All right, take care, everybody. Let's play out my favorite video, as you guys know. We're going to play it out. Let's do it. Let's go to desktop here, where we're going to find the video. Here we go. Take care, everybody. Accumulate, and get in early on some of these cool projects. Those are two little tips today. Accumulate and get into some of these cool projects early. It could be an absolutely good time in crypto, even in a down market. So take care, everybody. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. I tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha. Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco. Now we about to ride that train into the heart of Hexaco.